Over the past few weeks, Democrats have made outrageous claims that your right to vote is under attack. In fact, just yesterday, a week after he gave a crazy speech in Georgia, President Biden claimed the election will be, quote, easily illegitimate, unquote, if his so-called voting rights bill doesn't pass. And in doing so, the Democrats have told you that Republicans in state legislatures across the country have introduced some 400 bills designed to suppress your vote. This is a dangerous lie. It is nuclear-grade gaslighting. Here's the truth. It is extremely easy to vote in America. Much easier, in fact, than in the rest of the developed world. And the overwhelming majority of these bills being introduced at the state level, introduced, mind you, not passed, are merely introducing reforms that roll back special exemptions made during the pandemic. And in many cases, Republicans include provisions that also expand your right to vote in the process. Or to consider Georgia, where it's actually easier to vote than in Biden's home state of Delaware. Many of these are just common sense popular reforms in their states. Reforms like requiring a photo ID to vote, clarifying and streamlining rules for counting votes transparently, and prohibiting corrupt practices like ballot harvesting. They just make sense. These measures enjoy majority support among Republicans, independents, and even some Democrats. Yet, Senate Democrats are trying to tell you this is an attempt to take away your right to vote, or worse, that this is Jim Crow 2.0. That is crazy. And it appears to me that the only reason that they would stoop to using such hyperbolic language is that they don't actually want you to know the truth. The truth is that the bill they're willing to destroy the filibuster, and thereby destroy the Senate for, is a complete federal takeover of our elections. They don't want you to know that if the Democrats get their way, Washington, D.C. will turn Wisconsin into California when it comes to voting. It will make our counting process less transparent. It will encourage fraud, and it will reduce trust in our elections. They don't want you to know that their bill would put you, the taxpayer, on the hook for the cost of political consultants, negative campaign ads, and the robocalls that flood our phones each election season and drive us all crazy. But the boldest lie they're telling you is that Senate Republicans are abusing the filibuster to obstruct this effort. That is a bunch of malarkey. Senate Democrats used the filibuster during the Trump administration more than at any time in American history. In fact, they just used it to block sanctions on Russia. In fact, many of them joined Republicans just a few years ago, in 2017, in writing a letter to Mitch McConnell urging full protection of the filibuster. Now, those same senators are turning around and telling you the filibuster is a racist institution. All because 48 Democrats are trying to jam through legislation opposed by a bipartisan group of 52 senators. Again, this is nuclear-grade gaslighting. They think you're stupid. They think they can get away with these lies. And knowing the effort will fail, in fact, it just failed, they think the political theater will be enough to distract you from the many manifest failures of the Biden administration. Consider that inflation is at its highest level in 4 decades because Democrats have jammed through outrageous spending bills. Violent crime is out of control because of this ridiculous effort to defund our police. The border is a total disaster because Democrats have supported open borders policy. So I'm urging my Senate colleagues who just wasted a week peddling crazy lies about our voting procedures in this country, stop the madness. Stop pandering to the fringe left on Twitter. Listen to normal Americans who just want you to get inflation under control, who just want to be able to send their kids to school in person, who just want to live in safe neighborhoods. Do your job. Or if that's too hard, at a minimum, don't destroy the institution of the Senate just so you can get a few retweets.